I win! Is there not one competent instructor in this entire city?
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
Am I imagining things? Didn't we just have this conversation in the garden?
The garden? Yes, yes. In the garden. So, what was it you said? Why are you here?
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind.
Mean he wasn't? But
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But it... Quick! Stop flaunting. Fight! Why bother with two swords when you can barely handle one? I win! You really are a lousy swordsman. In fact, I believe I could teach you a thing or two.
Nice of you to...
What are you two lovebirds whispering about? You asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well,
Hang on. So it was you in the garden.
Of course it was me. Why, did Rosa try to play you for a fool? Don't be mad. We've done this since we were children.
Take it Dandelion did too.
On occasion, yes. But then Rosa would quickly set him straight. If you'd shut your catty mouth for a moment, dear little sister, I could explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. I was left to repel the aging bard's Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't...
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth two sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with... Burn with passion?
What are two young Nilfgaardian aristocrats doing in Novigrad?
dying of boredom. Papa's a diplomat. He also has many business dealings in Novigrad. He's a member of the Trade Corporation. Takes us along everywhere he goes, and must then find us new tutors in each. And so in Novigrad, the task fell to the poet Dandelion, Rosa's betrothed. Edna!
Bet sophisticated young ladies like you know a bunch about politics.
We've picked up a few things. What?
Wonder how the war's going. Any outcome looming?
Papa says much depends on Radovid, and on who captures Novigrad first.
What's Novigrad got to do with it? Free city. Never taken some.
Oh, even children know Novigrad's home to the world's largest fleet. And they say the city's treasury's bursting with enough to equip 2.
Emperor continuing to push north.
His confidants must be.
Why not?
Papa says the war's disrupting trade, and people are tired of financing the Emperor's adventures.
Changing subject. Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or Trabaritz. Very skilled and but who knows? The bard might have invented. I'd say it worked. You've gone all red in the your face will be red when I scratch your...
Been a pleasure.
Exceedingly nice to meet you.
Washed your hair lately?
You should not have come to the city. You'd better off staying in the trees.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Marabella.
I am she. Wait outside. Class is in session.
Sorry, can't wait. Hear about Dandelion. I'm Geralt, and I'm...
Geralt? I know you. Fine. If you're eager to join in the lesson, you're welcome. Children, sadly the rat catcher has a fever today, but in his stead...
but...
Yeah! This is... You shan't disappoint them. So, who would like to ask the first question?
Me! What's it mean that witches are lecturers?
How old are you again?
9! 8!
In that case, Wait a few years and I'll tell you.
Children, what's the meaning of this? Next question.
Is it true witches kill kings?
A man cursed who's turned into a monster, a witcher might have to kill, even if he's a king.
So King Foltest was a monster.
What's it like to cut off someone's head?
Can you show us how to cut off a head?
Can we try your potions?
Enough. That is all for today. Gather your things and I shall see you in the morning.
Yeah!
Bid farewell to Master Geralt.
It's great you came.
I'd have rather had the rat catcher.
So please do tell me, why are you here?
Thanks. That was an ordeal. Think I'd rather face a swarm of neckers than a class of 10-year-olds.
The Ratcatcher had no objections.
Oh yeah? How's he?
He's dead. Bubonic plague, it seems. I didn't want to upset the children.
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh yes. Longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems.
No. We perused the illustrated guide to fungi.
Maybe... No. Won't even try to guess.
Mold. That was his interest. When his hand abandoned my knee to point at a figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died.
Found a poem Dandelion wrote about you. Portrayed you as an unusually talented individual.
Really? Did he mention my poetry? Horses have always fascinated me. I've always longed to extol their noble beauty. Did you see any of my work at Dandelion's? Mere exercises, true.
No. Didn't see any.
Gee up! A snakely whip rose skyward. Gee-hawk! The stallion danced betwixt her thighs. La the bee.
Sorry, don't know much about poetry. See Dandelion?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is, but he never came back to see me. So I thought if it's done, it's done.
Thanks for your help.
Those were the days.
You're here with the circus, yes?
This Baronet's La Vallette's villa.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Geralt of Rivia at my doorstep? Surely this is no chance encounter?
Greetings, Baroness. Greetings, General. You're right. I'm here for a reason.
There's no mistaking you. But for etiquette's sake, Mary Louisa La Valette. An Imperial General and a Witcher meet. And know each other. Surprising.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to, talk when the Emperor summoned me to Vizima.
Had you run afoul of Var Emrys? No. You'd be long dead if that were so. It seems, then, that you share some interests. But I shan't question you out of doors. Will you accept my invitation? Tell me what brings you here.
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
My maidservant. I'm afraid she's currently at the home of my dear friend Patricia Vegelbud.
Perhaps Geralt could accompany us. He could speak with Molly at the races.
Is that something you'd consider, Witcher? Care to partake of some sophisticated diversion?
Well, if Molly'll be there.
On our way, then. We've arrived.
My father owned a similar estate in Bruges. As a young girl, I'd travel there often to ride.
Shall we look at the horses? Do you like horses, Geralt?
I guess so. Called every horse I've had Roach.
The grey mare is Cantarella, sired by Cahir, the champion from Vol.
Grey's a nice color. For horses, too.
My coin's on the Black Stallion, Nemrod, purest Nilfgaardian stock.
Surprised it didn't salute you, General. Know anything about the chestnut or the bay?
The chestnut is Thunderbolt, a pure-blood Britannian, gallant steed, but too headstrong for my taste, difficult to control. And the bay hails from Zerrikania. Lord de Volte acquired him recently. I know little about him, though Zerrikanians are reputed to have incredible stamina.
Is Molly a horse?
Pardon?
I did come here to see Molly, after all.
Patience, Witcher. She ought to arrive soon. I asked Molly to join us as soon as she was done with her chores. She shouldn't be long now.
All depends what you asked her to do, milady. But I don't really have a choice. I'll wait. Seem to know your horses.
No is not the word. Morvran's a true expert.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage in the saddle, Witcher.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
Not what I came here for.
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win, and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned leather.
Why not? Wouldn't mind seeing if your knowledge of horses translates into riding skills.
Well said. So, which steed do you choose, Witcher?
Heard tales of Zerrikanian horses. I'll ride the bay.
I'll not ride with you, but I shall bet on a steed. Nemrod will win, no matter the rider.
Cantarella for me, then. I see no point in delaying this. Let's begin.
Mares, ready!
Don't spare the horse!
Come on.
Let's go!
Faster.
Let's see what you're made of. Don't spare the horse!
What a thrill! A beautiful victory!
Thanks.
For one for whom every horse is a roach, you carry yourself exquisitely in the saddle. My congratulations. That is yours.
Now, could I talk to your chambermaid, milady?
Ah, yes, Molly. That is why you came here after all. The portly young woman. That's her.
Speak to her. And you must find us when you're ready to return to Novigrad. We'd be delighted to join you for the journey.
Youth these days. Hair-brained,
Geralt?
all of them. Youth these days. Hair-brained, all of them.
Okay, Suex.
I'm Molly, my lord. Wish to see me? Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again!
That's right. Except it's the other way around. I'm always saving him.
Mean to say it weren't Dandelion saved you in Flotsam by severing your noose with an arrow from 100 paces?
What? Dandelion couldn't... Never mind.
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. The Baroness don't approve of our acquaintance. Says But... or maybe his sister could help you.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde?
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could
These packages.
Yes, yes. Now I remember.
Exceptionally. And very loving as well, I'm sure.
If you only knew. Dandelion even wrote a poem for her. To my dearest Calinetta. Or some such. Oh.
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Of course. He came to borrow some coin for a buck.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait, before you... Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings.
Oh, that's wonderful!
Hair-brained, all of them.
Ah, Geralt, there you are. Shall we return together?
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go. And here we are. Thank you for your company.
Likewise. See ya.
Ah, Geralt.
Big changes afoot in the Empire? You know a lot.
I must.
What's your father got to do with this?
But as is known, an empress needs an emperor.
Farewell.
Eight of the Kingfisher, you're sorted for at least 2 days. Just gotta jostle a good position where they toss the leftovers. So, how'd it go with this thing? I was faffing a bit on my own business when suddenly Ooh! What village are you from?
How are you taking it, Bobby? Monsieur Zoltan, you old burn? What's this? Ah, you're back! You met Poppy? She ought to start talking any day now.
Zoltan. Venture to say a mage would have trouble turning that owl into a parrot.
Sure you know me that well? Mark my words, she'll be playing quint with us in no time. But we were to talk about Dandelion. So, how'd you do? Learn much?
Tell me what you've got first.
A few bruises and a torn doublet. Otherwise, not much of note. He wasn't staying with any of them. Not seen hiding or hair of him in ages. All I learned was a few of Dandelion's pick-up lines. Dubious work.
Think I might have something better.
What are you waiting for?
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also meant thing is, mystery.
What's she supposedly
blonde, from Kovir. The Troberits, apparently.
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye. Must be her.
Why wasn't she on the list?
This Priscilla wasn't like the others.
He lusts after every other woman he meets.
How can I explain?
Himself.
Exactly. And she's his mirror image.
What can I say? Could be he finally met his match.
She's his match, all right. Laddie's head's on fire.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to...
Priscilla works for the Mummers troupe. Reynard and the
Mean we've been sentenced to an evening of poetry?
Must...
Zoltan?
Get up.
Saw burning pyres when I arrived in Novigrad.
Yes. Alicia Corey, a sorceress that was. And Doppler. Crafty wee bugger who'd spent years masquerading as Chappelle. It was Caleb Menge who exposed him, executed him, and promptly took his...
Met that Doppler years ago, just after he'd assumed Chappelle's identity and form.
Ah, well, that's all changed now.
Novigrad doesn't seem like a safe place anymore. What's keeping you here?
I was keen on starting my own enterprise, but I'd like to blame it on the war or human treachery, but rather not dwell on it, Geralt.
Nice talking to you, Zol. Zoltan?
Geralt!
Round of Gwent?
I never refuse.
Let's play. Seems I won.
A right fucking shock, given your frankly amateur deck. Here, take this card. You need it. You can do well to fix your collection. It's downright porous. Don't need you bringing me shame. I got Dandelion for that. You might skim...
Another drifter in from Temeria.
I've buried the old family.
Look awfully suspicious to me, tramp.
So, how'd it go with this healer? I was huffing a bit up
No
one
lollygagging.
but suddenly... It's